It is as quiet around Wolji Pond as if it were painting. Is it the weight of history or the season that silenced even the bird? What actually disturbed this millennium-old silence was the 2-year excavation of Wolji Pond and the Donggung site that took place about 40 years ago. More than 30,000 artifacts have been acquired from this dip. The excavation has revealed that there were 5 buildings along the stoneworks on the western shore of the pond. Only 3 buildings have been restored in the original architectural style of the Silla Dynasty. Precious relics were profusely scattered around these 5 building sites. Since authentic names of the buildings are unknown, archaeologists call them the first building, the second building, and so on for convenience, starting from the southernmost building. This miniature shows the buildings and cloisters during the Silla Dynasty. There was a cloister between the 5 buildings. Even if it rained, it would have been possible to view this pond while walking through the cloister. A large amount of various roof tiles and bricks for walls or floors were excavated near the 5 building site. Let's take a look at the artifacts that were found near each building site. A building in the first building site has been restored. In its vicinity, various items have been found, including clay vases for plum flowers, long-necked jars with a stamped design, door ornament, gilt bronze flowers to decorate indoor areas, blind hangers, gilt bronze lotus buds, Buddha statues, a Buddha plaque, etc. 1 Buddha plaque was found here, and the other 9 were found between the southern island and the pond's eastern coast. This is the second building site, but the building has not been restored. A lot of gilt bronze decorations for buildings have been found, suggesting that the golden light refracted from the building were probably extremely brilliant. Rafters inserted into the gilt bronze cylindrical caps, gilt bronze lotus bud, wall hanger decorations, band decorations, bronze hairpins, a domestic furnace, etc. were all found nearby. Near the third building site, the original building has been restored and is now being used as an exhibition hall for the excavated relics. Considering that pieces of burnt wood, rich end tiles, ancons, and railing support were found, it is presumed that the entire corner of a building fell into the pond. A green glazed roof tile with a dragon face design, door handle decorations, gilt bronze ears of Buddha, an agametallite lid of an incense burner, etc. were also found. Imagine the inside and outside of the buildings splendidly glittering with golden decorations. The fourth building site is smaller than the others. Was there a Buddhist shrine nearby? A number of relics related to Buddhism, such as the gilt bronze Buddha statue, gilt bronze flowers, pedestals, open-worked decorations, etc., were collected here. Several Buddhist banner decorations were also found at one point. They are cut-out plaques with arabesque and honeysuckle designed and embedded crystals. A tile on which 4th year of Eibong is inscribed was also excavated. The 4th year of Eibong is 679 AD. This matches exactly with the annals of Samguk Sagi that state that Donggung Palace was built in 679 during King Munmu's reign. On the 5th building site, the northernmost plot, a beautiful pavilion has been restored. Stone railings, a pair of gilt bronze scissors, a gilt bronze door handle with a dragon face design, Buddhist banner ornament, open-worked apsaras, etc. were found here. All the relics excavated here are displayed in Wolji Gallery, built exclusively for artifacts from Wolji Pond at Gyeongju National Museum. Let's go there. Though the Wolji Gallery looks gloomy in cold weather, it is warm in the open space indoors. The blue light spread like the color of spring. About 300 artifacts are on display. Let's look at tiles and bricks first. You might get a glimpse of the aesthetic sensibility of the Silla people through them. The characteristics of roof and tiles, especially cylindrical tiles in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th centuries, can be identified in the treasury of the Silla millennium. The 8th century was the golden age of Silla culture, when everything was in full bloom. These are the ends of convex roof tiles. There are two cranes that make love to each other in a circle. Listen to the heavenly music of the kalabingkak flying in the sky. That is the love of two endearing birds, just like in design on the end of Korean pillow. Here are some irises rapidly rotating in 4 directions. This may be the free imagination of Silla artists. Let's watch the ends of the concave roof tiles. A dragon flies vigorously in the sky of Silla. Giraffes run wildly while fluttering their manes on the necks and backs. A phoenix fills the sky of Silla with auspicious auras. The long plumes are not different from the stream of the air. The apsaras flying singing. Do the diamond patterns mean that the heavenly sentient music spread over every corner of the world? Is the place that these apsaras are flying toward a huge incense burner? These are bricks to put on the floors of the buildings. How beautiful the design of the floral medallion is. Look at the deer carved on the sides of bricks. Is the palace of a paradise for deer? Here is a collection of gilt-bronze Buddhas or Bodhisattva plaques. There are 10 plaques in all. This plaque of a city statue of the Amitabha Triad is the most exemplary. The main Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, is in the center, and the Bodhisattvas are on both sides. Look at the hands of the Buddha. This gesture is called the turning wheel of the Dharma Mudra, or the preaching Mudra. There is no other example of this gesture in Korea. The attendant bodhisattvas bend their bodies toward the Buddha. The halo is splendid. Each member of the Buddha Triad is surrounded by their own halo of arabesque design. The main Buddha is surrounded by another flower pattern's halo, and the entire triad is surrounded by a further halo, offering the impression of grandeur. The plaque has feet at the bottom, so it must have been put in the cleft of the niche. The Amitabha Buddha might have been shown brightly in the dark. Archaeologists say that it is a work cast made by melting wax. Here is a gilt bronze plaque of a city's bodhisattva. The bodhisattva who puts her two hands together is very elegant, but the halo is also splendid. Flower patterns decorations are visible in the center of the headband. Her hair hangs down to her shoulders. 2 strands of bead chain merge in a ring at the abdomen and are then divided into 2 strands that flow below both knees. The pavilic strips above the shoulders give the impression that the bodhisattva is flying, and those from the side slowly wave upward and merge with the flower pattern of the halo. The fact that bodhisattva wears heavenly dresses can also be confirmed in the Buddha Plaquette found in Wolji Pond. This is a collection of the plaquettes of Buddhas, apsaras, and heavenly beings. They are believed to have been originally parts of large halo. Let's look at the Buddha Plaquette first. No matter how small a Buddha is, there is a halo. This standing Buddha Triad is tinged with the sorrow of parting. They seem to fly away to a distant country. This seated Buddha Triad consists of the main Buddha in the center and two attendant bodhisattvas. The left bodhisattva doesn't look at the main Buddha, though her hands are together. Doesn't she look like Saint Mary? The attendant bodhisattvas here are offering something like a bowl, and we might well wonder what is inside it. The bodhisattva on the right also has a water bottle. A crystal bead is embedded here. The Buddha Plaquette with it were found in many places. It might have been reflected light, gilt bronze part. In particular, small rings which hang on the canopy are connected like a chain. They might have given off glitters even with a small shake. This is a perfect metal artifact. On the Buddha and the opera arranged in artistic harmony, the opera's tribute seems to be lotus flowers. Here are apsaras. They fly in the sky with fabric strips called pyode. They and other heavenly beings don't have halos because they aren't divine. This apsara is offering a tribute. This apsara seems to be playing a flute or other instrument over the embedded crystal bead. These apsaras are descending rapidly from the sky with their backs or bellies facing down. The Buddhas, apsaras, and heavenly beings on the plaquettes are generally similar to the Buddhist images carved on the rock surface of Tapgo in Mount Namsan. Most bodhisattvas and apsaras have put their hands together, and the main Buddha covers his hands with something like a cloth. Now, let's look at the various building parts. This is a rich end tile called pageant tile in Korean. It was placed at the end of the loop ridge. 5 jewels are embedded in it. Look at these gilt bronze laughter caps from the second building site. The laughters are still stuck in the harnesses just as they were excavated. We might never have seen or imagined such a building, all the laughters of which are put in the gilt bronze caps. How splendid and dazzling the building would have been in the sunlight. Here are the gilt bronze lotus bud decorations. The fact that they were attached to the wooden railings like this makes us aware that not only the rafters but also lotus bird would have glittered brightly. What else in the world could we have seen such a glittering palace? Here are gilt bronze decorations for the beam ends. This is a gilt bronze flower-shaped ornament. Such golden flowers might have bloomed obliquely on the ends of beams. Here are the gilt bronze decoration plate. They might have been attached to the pillars to make them glitter. The royal family didn't leave any pillars and lintel unadorned. Look at the gilt bronze door handles. They have either dragon face designs or floral medallion designs. Here are the wall hangers with dragon face designs. This is a gilt bronze dragon hat. It was probably attached to the armrest of the king's throne. These stone railings came from the 5th building site. The envoys of Tang and Japan might have been surprised when they were invited here. We have only admired a few of the relics in Wolji Gallery. As we left the exhibition hall, promising to come back again, a dreary wind was blowing still in the gloomy winter sky.